Mustang mania going on over here. So we got the 2000 GT in here, and we also got the restored 1972 Mach 1. So what I'm doing with this thing is changing the rear gear. It had a 3.50 gear in the rear end, and when you get on the interstate, I mean, the engine is just screaming at you. So we're going to pull it out, put in a 2.75, just a regular old conventional gear. Here's the 3.50 gear. It takes off real good on takeoff, but it's just geared a little bit too high. When you get on the interstate, it is screaming. So we noticed that last summer when we had it out, took it to a couple car shows, and it was just really screaming. So anyway, getting that swapped out. Here is the .75, just a regular conventional gear. I think it says it on there, 2.75. It's 28 spline, as you can see. It's a 9-inch, forward 9-inch. So I got the new yoke seal in it. All thing I gotta do now is get on there, put the gasket on the diff, put that in, hook the drive shaft back up, and take it for a test run and see does that improve the highway gearing. The engine should run at a more comfortable RPM. And with the 2000 Mustang, got a hood for it. Went junkyard hunting yesterday and was able to get a decent black hood, but it was missing the hood scoop. So found one at another junkyard that was on a rollover car, and it just really got into the fiberglass. I mean, the whole top of the car was smushed. It's like it flipped and slid on the top and on the hood. So might be able to fiberglass that and make it a little bit more smoother, primer it and paint it, and get it on the hood. Those hood scoops are hard to find too. There's quite a few Mustangs out there. Most of them are V6, and only the GTs and the Mach 1s came with the hood scoops for that year. I think it's 99 through 04, I think 04, then 05 went to a different body style. I might be wrong. But anyway, we got that. Oh, and also I found the little windshield wiper gutter guard thingies that goes on. Now these are hard to find, and a lot of these I found were broke. I mean, people were trying to get them off without taking the windshield wiper arms off, and they just snap right here and there. I mean, you can buy them new, but since I was out there, I found these, and they're in pretty decent shape. So I'll get some black paint on those, make them look a little better. We got both sides. Now this is the 2-piece. Originally the car came with the 1-piece, so I think these might be aftermarket. I might be wrong, but the majority of the ones I've seen, they were just 1 piece to go out across, and the aftermarket ones is a 2-piece. See, that don't even say 4 on it. It just says ABS. So yeah, so I finally got those. I'm gonna take a shot back all these leaves and stuff out of there that's been collecting over the years this thing has been off. And they got the windshield wipers on wrong. They should be down a little lower, but they probably took them off to get that off. And I think what the guy told me, they had that thing that goes across there, which this is the other side. It's got the sprayer on there. Just need to be cleaned up. I don't know what that is. But they had it freshly painted, laid it in the front floorboard, and somebody got in and stepped on it. So we got that. We got the hood scoop. I'm gonna try and get all this paint dust away from up under here, clean it up some. It's where it was sitting in a paint shop. So got that to do. I'm gonna get the inside detailed, clean it up, change the oil, fix the injector leak. Now that I got the hood off, finally, we put the original hood back on. I mean, not original one, but that factory hood over there on. And this thing should be ready for sale or whatever I'm gonna do with it. I think a couple of you guys come in, just put the factory hood on it and sell it to some lucky young fella. I also got to put the little Mustang emblem. Yeah, I didn't realize it had fell out. They had it glued. So, but I think the hood is going to really make a difference. Just putting the factory hood back on, appearance wise. I mean, the hood scoop thing looked all right, but the factory look, you can actually see going down the road. I mean, those are good for like the track because you're just going to go in a straight line, but driving down the road trying to see over that hood scoop, run over something. So, which it's over there, and somebody can just take that hood and flame it out to match the rest of it, and it'll look pretty good. So, well, I'm gonna get to work putting this differential back in, and hopefully be able to take it down the road, get it up on the interstate, and see how it's gonna do. And hopefully that'll solve that problem. And I think I got some other little odds and ends to do to it. The speedometer is not working, so need to address that while I'm under there too. Well, the speedometer does work. It was something I had to do to it while I was under there, but I'll figure it out and go from there with it. So here it is, no more large in charge hood scoop. We got the junkyard hood on, got it all hooked on there, and it actually works. As you can see, I got the skidded up hood scoop on there, which I'm planning on fixing. But finally got the hood where straighten the latch out. Had to go to the junkyard get some more pieces for the latch. But now you see I got the windshield stuff up there around the windshield wiper. Now the hood opens. Still got to do some cleaning up under here. Oops. Kind of hard to hold the camera. Put a hood thingy up. But hood's bolted down. Like I said, I had to go to the junkyard, get this bracket here. The other one was bent. This car was in a wreck. Just to be honest, I don't know if I said it before, but somebody tried to bubble gum weld the radiator support, and looked like they tried to straighten it. So this car has been in a front end wreck, and they just kind of pieced it back together, but it drives straight. So I had to do some straightening on the radiator support too, some spacing on the hood latch, get the hood to latch back down, and I got the air filter. It was just completely dirty, so I got it soaking in some K&N air filter cleaner. I'll put it back on. What else? It was kind of crunched right here. So like I say, this car has been hit. I think it might have got hit on the side, but they had the fuse box all zip tied up, and I got the bracket for that off of a junk car at the junkyard. Couldn't find any good headlights though. But here's that bracket. It just bolts to the inner fender well over there. So I'll be putting that back on. Got the injector finally to stop leaking. I had to end up shaving a little bit off the intake where your injector rail bolts. It was a little bit too tall, so I had to shave some off and then tighten it down. I shaved a little bit off the coil. That put more pressure on that O-ring to stop it from leaking. So I replaced the O-ring. That didn't work, so I got to looking at this side over here. This side sits a little lower on the intake. This is an aftermarket intake, so I just took my grinder and ground a little bit off. Got that fixed. Got the interior all cleaned up. I think I showed that already, or did I? No? I don't know if you remember it from when I first got it. It was pretty raunchy, but got it all detailed out. It's kind of dark in there. So she is nice and clean, smelling good. So still got to put this panel on here, which I got it. But old car's coming together though. I'm just glad to get that hood off of there, because that thing is really heavy to be picking up by yourself. Doing your work on it, I would rather have it where you can just open it up like a regular hood. You don't want to be on the side of the road having to pick up that heavy hood just to work on it. Set it down in the grass or something, or drop it. So it's back to the stock look, other than the wheels and the paint job. So anyway, I'm still gonna do a little bit more to it, and that's all we can do. Probably try and clean some of this paint dust up. I kind of blew it off with a water hose, but that paint dust is stuck on there. It's really primer, where they primered the car, and they should have had covered the engine bay up, but they didn't. So you could use some little all the way around, some nice black paint. But we will let somebody else worry about that. So I'm gonna keep ticking away, getting some of this little minor stuff done, and we'll just see what we end up with after that. But it's coming along. Still got to put the little pony emblem back in. Everyone I found at the junkyard was missing. So I got the original one. They just had it hot glued in there and it fell off or something. I don't know. But maybe I can get it to stay in there. So with a little fiberglass work, I was able to fill in that big indentation that was in this hood scoop from that car flipping up on the roof. And I guess when they slid it up on the tow truck, they either slid it upside down or they dragged it to flip it over. So I wish I had pictures of the car that's in the junkyard, but I forgot to get pictures of it. But so I got it fiberglass, all sand out. Probably going to put some filler primer on it to get some of the deep scratches out. I might put a small skim over it before that though, and resand it. But it turned out pretty good, so we'll get that all cleaned up. Like I say, sand it down some more, primer, get some paint, and put it over on the car. And that should make that thing look way better with a factory hood scoop than that big gigantic one. So also got some new tail lights coming. I mean, not tail lights, headlights. Got some new ones coming to replace these old foggy ones. Those are not the factory ones. I ordered some just like them though. This one over here has got some moisture in it. I don't know if you can see that. They're just all faded out. So they'll be here. I even put the little pony back on the front. So car's coming back to the original glory, I guess. But yeah, so keep working away. So still working away on the Mustang. I did get the refurbished hood scoop on. Did a little fiberglass work. It wasn't too bad. You can kind of see where that indentation was. Did some sanding on it, fiberglass work. It's not too bad. It's like a 50 footer. The back here don't look bad, but you get up here, you can kind of see right at the front. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's better than having that gigantic hood on there. So it's got the factory look at the front. So we got that done. So now my headlights came in, and we're going to open these bad boys up. And now I can stick it down there tighter than that. These are basically the same headlights, I think, that are on there. They had a lot of different ones to choose from, with the yellow turn signal at the side like the factory, and you can get these. That is brand spanking new. It's actually the same ones that's already on here. So we're just gonna go back to that same look. So I'm gonna get those out. Hopefully I don't run into problems getting those out and getting these in, because the car did have some small front end damage. Do they come with the bulbs in them? No bulbs, just the housing. But this has got the HID headlights in it anyway, so we'll basically put it back like it was. So I'm gonna get started on that. Like I said, hopefully all them lights should go right back in just like those. Hopefully I ain't gotta do any modifying, because I'm tired of doing modifying on this thing. But we'll see how it goes. So for some strange reason, when you turn the turn signal on, the headlight bulb blinks also. So they got something wired up where your headlight, man, this thing's got a little fan in it or something. Feel it vibrate. But they got the headlight in with the turn signal. I don't know what's up with that. Like I said, they got all these wires ran, and I have no clue what they got wired up somehow. But I guess I'm gonna leave it like it is, because I really don't want to get in there disturbing stuff. But it's awkward that you turn the turn signal on. Actually, both lights are flickering. I don't know what they got going. Somehow this is. That must be the transformer there. Well, there's a wire right here. It's not hooked up. I don't know. It's got a power wire. I kind of wish I had the original harness. Actually, this is the original harness. You just unplug that and just put regular bulbs in it. That is, I guess the back is not blinking. Well, the back is blinking. I don't know where that red wire goes. We got a red wire here that's got some tape on it. But I'm scared to hook that up because I don't know that they got it taped up for a reason. Just one red wire. I swear, stuff people does to these cars just that didn't do nothing. I don't know. Kind of makes me want to just put the original stuff back in there and see how it works. So let me just see if maybe this is feeding power somewhere. Let me see if I can find just a factory bulb, stock bulb, and put it in there and see does it still blink. Because that is not going to cut it. I mean, you turn the turn signals on, the headlight blinking. Let's just stick this bulb in there and turn the lights off. We won't short out nothing. Just look at that, just electrical tape central. It's not making sense. Alright, so that's just your regular headlight bulb. Apparently that one don't work. So if I take this out, your marker light goes out. I wonder if this bulb's any good. Let's just put it back in there and see does it flash. blinking like it's above glow, but that side over there blinks right. Let's see if I got another bulb. Same way. So somewhere in this harness, I guess they went in and rigged up something to get rid of all this tape. So we'll plug that back up. Now if you plug that up, it comes on. But it works with the turn signal. That I don't understand what they got rigged up. That's going all the way to the other side. I don't know. Probably just leave it like it is, I guess. You just got double turn signal. That is, I don't understand it. They got all this wired up. So just for selling purposes, maybe leave it like it is. I'll tell whoever buys it that they need to just go in and rewire all this, because flickered then. They got I think what it is, they got the headlight from that side wired in to this side, and that's why when you turn the turn signal on, it's making that side blink. Then they got some masking tape. Let's just unhook this. Let's see what it does now. Still flickering. I don't know if that's for fog lights or something. They don't have any fog lights. I don't know what this even does. What is this? What does this even go? It's just some rinky-dink wire that needs to come out because you don't need it. But for some reason, when I put a factory bulb in there, surely these bulbs are good. I'm gonna turn the high beams on and see what happens. Even the high beam and low beam don't work. So something they got rigged up in this harness or somewhere. It might even be the flasher stat bad. I have seen a flasher stat do that. Short out on the inside. As soon as I turn the headlight on, plug the headlight bulb up, There's no fog lights. Let me try another bulb. But I know that one Hornets don't do nothing. See, that won't come on. Right down 7. This is wireless LED controller. Oh, the red wires broken off and this going into the controller. It's probably what this is. But this is the only light that works. So probably just gonna leave it like it is. I'm not even gonna hook all this back up because it's tied in with this turn signal. I don't know what it's for. So all this harness right here going to the other side, I'm just gonna get rid of it. And I'll find another bulb and try it. But the only thing you do is pull these little sliders out and the headlight bulb, the headlight lens come out and they pop in over here on the side. Alright. Got the new headlights in, and man, that changed the whole appearance of the car. So I did away with that wiring. They had some kind of LED lights that actually was drilled inside of the headlights. That's what that harness was for. So I'll show you in a minute. I just did away with all that. I think it needs a flasher stack. That's the reason why. This side will flash really fast, and that flat side will flash normal. So I got to pick up one of those and AutoZone O'Reilly's and Advanced. Nobody sells it. It's kind of like a Ford only dealer part, or you can get it from the junkyard. So if it ain't raining tomorrow, I might run up to the junkyard and get one. But I just basically put the HID, LED, whatever, headlights back in it. And that's how she looks. That one's a little dim for some reason. Looks kind of dim. Maybe that's the way. Oh, I'm not standing in front of it. But to the side. So yeah, I got a new headlight switch for it because the dash lights don't work, and I think it's the headlight switch. Also, the knob is missing. So I'm gonna just put the new headlight switch in, and hopefully the dash lights will start working. I already checked the fuse; it was good. So she's looking good. Get her cleaned up and get her ready for the for sale line. So here's the headlights. I'll show you what they had rigged up. This harness here was going to this light they got shoved off in there, and somebody had already cut the wires, but some kind of LED light that was in there. These things all faded and scratched up. I mean, that'd be good for somebody who's got a wreck and needs some headlights real quick. I mean, they probably can be cleaned up. This one's got water in it. It's dripping water out of it right now. So, as cheap as they are, $100. You can get those from the, as Bicycle Garage calls it, the jungle place. Alright. So I got to checking the car out, found out it didn't have any tail lights, and there was a fuse blown, 30 amp fuse that was blown right here in the fuse box. This is for the parking lights So I replaced it. When I replaced it, this headlight went out. And you know, it didn't have any dash lights. Dash lights came on because I replaced the switch too. I thought that's what it was. And the tail lights came on. But if I remove that fuse, the headlight comes back on. And the tail lights go out along with the dash lights. So I'm thinking something with those HID lights, or LED lights rather, something's shorting out in them to make these lights go haywire. As soon as I put this fuse back in, that light goes out, and we got tail light and dash lights. I mean, that is weird. If someone's been splicing in here on this brown wire, it's kind of melted. Look like they cut the melted part out. So what I'm going to do is probably, what I'm going to have to do is take those things out and put regular bulbs in them. Something's apparently shorted out in them. And it didn't blow the fuse. So something's going screwy in. I want to say it's this side because this is the side when you turn the turn signal on, everything flashes. And I don't think it has nothing to do with the flasher. I think it's got something to do with that HID headlight. I wonder if I can pull this up here. A wire right here. There's a ground wire. There's some kind of ground wire right here. Look at that. That's some kind of ground wire. I wonder if that's supposed to be ground and it's searching for a ground. But anyway, I think if I can get this harness out of here, we might be able to just plug up a regular bulb. It's unplugged now. Ain't no turning back. I'm gonna have to take the headlight out. I don't think I can get down in there. I'm gonna have to pull this headlight out. So I'm gonna try hooking up a regular bulb, put that fuse back in, and see does that headlight stay on. If not, something's screwy in the harness, but we gotta have tail lights regardless. So I just found out something. Those two wires are actually ground wires, and when you see I got the bulb in there, I got the fuse in there. When you ground them out, you get this headlight on, and the tail lights on. When that's not hooked up and you hook the HID back up, this light will still be out until you pull that fuse. So it's like searching for a ground is what it's doing. So I'm gonna have to get a connector on these two wires, screw them in where these other ones are, and then we can hook the HID headlights back up, and hopefully everything will be working, and maybe this turn signal will work like it's supposed to, and we won't have that side flashing and the headlight flashing while the turn signal on this side is flashing. Too much to say? Let me get that working. Now that's more like it, folks. So hooking that ground wire up, got everything back the way it's supposed to be from the factory. Even the headlight's brighter. I was wondering why that headlight wasn't bright. Both marker lights are on. And back here, got both tail lights. Got dash lights. I think the battery's getting weak because I've been leaving the lights on. And even the turn signal ain't blinking super fast. I'm gonna have to turn the battery charger back on. So that's what it was. You can see the headlights not flashing. Actually, the battery's getting weak. It's flickering a little bit. But it ain't like it was. So we good to go on that. So we got that fixed and put the dash back together. And got to do a little cleanup on it. And we'll take it for a spin. Now we got tail lights. I didn't know it didn't have tail lights. That would have sucked. Out driving around nighttime, no tail lights. So, well, here it is. She's on the road, and I gotta say, it looks really, really good without that big hood scoop. Got the headlights fixed where they're supposed to be. Kind of cleaned it up a little bit. So, not a bad car. Still needs some detail work. Those rims, somebody painted them with some of that rim chrome paint or something, and just really needs to be stripped. I don't know if they need to be re-chromed. They got some black paint. Look like they painted them silver. I don't know what's up with that, but looks good, sounds good, drives good. So I'm gonna put it on the for sale market. Maybe somebody pick it up. If not, I'll just put it in the collection with the other Mustangs. Sounds really good. Back. I say those rims just really need to be stripped. Some kind of, I don't know what kind of paint they put on there. Look like on that side they tried to get it off. I don't know. But that hood scoop makes a difference with the factory hood on it. Also, got the inside all but the mat. But got the inside clean, detailed. Carpet's clean and everything. It's kind of dark in there. I tell you what though, it needs to take off this goofy tent that somebody put on there because it just bubbled up. So if I get a chance, I might scrape all that off because you can't see out the back at all. But there she sits, folks. So we'll go move on to another project. Like I say, somebody picked this one up. Got plans for the Trans Am, so some of those funds will be going towards it. And if not, I'll finish this one out, and it'll be a weekend warrior. I don't have to drive my personal vehicles every day, so it'll just be sitting until I just want to get in, get out, cruise, and have fun. Go to some cruise-ins or something. So that's going to be it on the Mustang 2000 model. Like I said, if you guys are interested in it, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, or leave a comment below. Or you can hit me up on my email, rpmauto at well, it's rpmauto780 at yahoo.com. You're in the Tennessee area and you're looking for one of these 5-speed GT Mustangs, you might can own it. We'll discuss some prices and all that stuff. So anyway, that's gonna be it, and hope y'all enjoying y'all Sunday. Like I say, here we got a bunch of rain been moving in and out, so it's kind of hard for me to even get out and do anything. I don't see anybody riding the four-wheel trails today. You can see the trail that goes way up that hill. Usually it's a bunch of cars, trucks down here everywhere. They might come a little bit later once they see the rain is cleared out for a little bit, but right now it's nobody. So I'm gonna get out of here. Peace. She is a donut machine.